On a Sabbath, Jesus was teaching in one of the synagogues, and a woman who was there had been crippled by a spirit for 18 years. She was bent over and could not straighten up at all. My name is Shakeya Brinson, and I am a sophomore in Nyack College. I got cerebral palsy by being premature. I weighed 1 pound and 15 ounces. Because of my premature birth, I had complications. My mother noticed that I wasn't able to hold myself up at a certain age. She said that I wasn't responding, like looking at her. I didn't start walking until I was about 2 or 3. I used to crawl everywhere, and even when I crawled, I used to drag myself. Playing in the playground was difficult because I really couldn't move like the other kids. And we would play tag, and I always used to get caught, So, I didn't like to be around people. I love people, but I didn't like to walk in front of people. And if I was to walk in a room and it would be laughter, they could be laughing about something else, but I thought it was me. I wasn't mad at God. I wasn't mad at him. I just wanted to know why he made me like that. And then I started to think, well, okay, he made me like this for a reason. So I'm going to stop questioning it. But it was still in the back of my mind. Like, Lord, are you going to heal me? Am I going to be 25 with this? Will I be able to have children? During November, my freshman year, I attended a healing service, and Ron Warborn was the speaker. When it comes to healing, when somebody speaks about healing, I'm very sensitive because that's what I always wanted. My church used to have healing lines all the time, and I used to get up and go, and I used to sit back down the same. So I went. I sat in the middle of Partington, and I listened to the sermon. He does an altar call, and people started to move, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to get up and go. They asked what you wanted prayer for, and I said that, pray for my grandmother because she's sick. I didn't even bother to ask for myself because I figured that, God is not going to heal me, so I'm not even going to ask. So they prayed for my grandmother. And then Rebecca started praying for me. And Chris came over and he got on his knees and he laid hands on my knees. And they were praying. And I was like, no, I'm okay. I don't want it. I'm okay. But, I was crying my tissues because that's something that deep down in my heart I really wanted. All of a sudden they said they saw a ship, and I felt it. Like I felt my back straighten up. And she looked down at Chris. She was like, did you see it? He was like, yeah, I saw it. They told me, okay, now you open your eyes. Let's walk. And I'm like, no, I don't want to move. And it's like, why? It's like, because I'm scared. They let my hand go, and I stopped in the middle of the aisle, and I felt my back. And when I felt my back, that's when it hit me. Like, I was healed. And I felt my legs, and I had pulled up my pants legs, and I looked at my knees, and they were straight. I was like, ah! And I just started screaming. I couldn't sleep that day. When I woke up the next morning, I was still healed, because it wasn't a dream. Like, I woke up, I jumped out of bed, I was jumping all over the place, climbing on things, looking in the mirror just to make sure that it was really straight, and it was straight. Like, now that I look back, I wanted healing for all the wrong reasons. It wasn't about giving God the glory. It was about, Lord, fix me so I could feel good. So I won't have to hide. So I won't have to be made fun of. Fix me so I'll be able to walk like everybody else and do the things like everybody else. And he's like, no, I don't want to do it like that. I want to do it so my son can get the glory out of it. For people who say that, you can't be healed from cerebral palsy, it's not possible, then they don't understand the power of my God. Because God can do anything. When Jesus saw her, he called her forward and said to her, woman, you are set free from your infirmity. Then he put his hand on her, and immediately she straightened up and praised God.